Greenland is moving right now, and it's not science fiction. What if an entire island could slowly bend, stretch, and rise beneath your feet? It sounds impossible, but it's happening. And the changes taking place in this frozen land could affect coastlines, weather, and millions of people worldwide. Greenland might seem like a distant, icy wilderness that has nothing to do with your daily life. But this massive island in the far north is changing in ways that scientists say are serious and not good news. Let's start with a simple question. Is Greenland really moving? Yes, it is. Greenland is not a continent. It's the largest island on Earth. Most of it is covered by a huge ice sheet that has been sitting there for thousands of years. But that ice is melting, and it's melting faster than ever before. As the ice disappears, something surprising is happening. The land underneath is rising, stretching, and shifting. Scientists have measured Greenland moving northwest by about 79 inches per year. That's more than 6 feet. At the same time, some parts of the island are stretching outward, while other parts are being squeezed together. But why would solid land move like that? There are 3 main reasons: tectonic plate movement, melting glaciers, and something called glacial isostatic adjustment. That last one sounds complicated, but it's actually easy to understand. Imagine lying down on a soft mattress. Your weight presses it down and leaves a dent. When you stand up, the mattress slowly rises back to its original shape. The Earth's crust works in a similar way. For thousands of years, Greenland's ice sheet has been pressing down on the land with billions of tons of weight. The ground beneath it bent under that pressure. Now that the ice is melting, the land is slowly rising back up, just like the mattress. This process is called glacial isostatic adjustment. The last ice age ended about 11,700 years ago. Back then, giant sheets of ice more than 2 miles thick covered large parts of the northern hemisphere. Even though much of that ice melted long ago, the Earth is still adjusting today. The recovery is slow because the weight was enormous and lasted for thousands of years. But here's the problem. Greenland's ice is melting much faster now due to rising global temperatures. Between 2002 and 2025, the island has been losing about 264 gigatons of ice every single year. That number is hard to imagine. 1 gigaton equals 1 billion tons. A blue whale weighs about 200 tons. That means 1 gigaton equals the weight of about 5 million blue whales. Now multiply 5 million whales by 264. That's how much ice Greenland is losing every year. And when that much ice disappears, it doesn't just affect Greenland. It affects the whole planet. First, there's sea level rise. When land ice melts, the water flows into the ocean. Greenland's ice sheet alone holds enough frozen water to raise global sea levels by more than 20 feet if it melted completely. That would flood many major cities around the world. Places like New York, Mumbai, and parts of Bangladesh could face serious damage. Even small increases in sea level can cause stronger storm surges, more coastal flooding, and the loss of homes. Second, there's the issue of heat. The ice reflects sunlight back into space. This is called the albedo effect. White ice acts like a giant mirror, but when the ice melts, darker land and ocean water are exposed. Dark surfaces absorb more heat, which makes the planet even warmer. That creates a dangerous cycle. Warmer temperatures melt more ice, and less ice means more heat stays trapped. This can lead to stronger storms, unusual weather patterns, droughts in some areas, and heavy rainfall in others. Farmers may struggle with changing growing seasons. Wildlife may lose their habitats. Animals like polar bears and seals depend on sea ice for survival. As the ice shrinks, their hunting grounds disappear. Melting ice also opens new shipping routes through the Arctic. While that may seem like a business opportunity, it brings risks. More ships mean more chances of oil spills and fragile ecosystems. Cleaning oil from icy waters is extremely difficult. But are there any positive effects? In some areas, yes. As ice retreats, new land becomes exposed. Over time, grass, shrubs, and even forests could grow in areas that were once frozen. This might create new farmland in certain regions. However, there's a catch. As frozen ground, called permafrost, thaws, it can release methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. That could speed up global warming even more. So even the possible benefits come with serious concerns. Now let's talk about Greenland itself. Despite its icy appearance, in the name Greenland was actually a clever marketing idea. Around the year 982, a Viking explorer named Eric the Red arrived on the island after being exiled from Iceland. He wanted others to join him, so he named the land Greenland to make it sound more inviting and fertile. It worked, at least for a while. Norse settlers arrived around the year 985. They built farms, homes, and churches along the southern coast. At the time, the climate was slightly warmer than it is today. And for about 500 years, Viking communities lived there alongside the ancestors of today's Inuit people. The Inuit were skilled hunters and knew how to survive in the Arctic environment. The Vikings raised animals and farmed as best they could. Archaeologists have found remains of large farms, showing that thousands of people once lived there. The last written record from the Norse settlers dates to 1424. Then they vanished. When missionaries arrived from Norway in the 1700s, they found only Inuit communities. The Viking settlements were empty ruins. What happened? One strong theory links their disappearance to a period known as the Little Ice Age. During this time, temperatures dropped in many parts of the world. Colder weather likely made farming in Greenland much harder. Sea ice may have blocked trade routes to Europe. Without supplies and trade, survival would have become extremely difficult. There's another twist. Cooling temperatures may have caused more ice to build up on Greenland. That extra weight could have pushed the land down further through glacial isostatic adjustment. As the land sank, sea levels around the coast may have risen locally, flooding farms and settlements. Imagine trying to survive freezing winters while your farmland slowly sinks and trade ships stop arriving. It's possible the Norse settlers simply left, or perhaps they slowly merged with other communities. And the exact answer remains a mystery. Today, Greenland has about 57,000 residents. It is one of the least populated places on Earth. There are no highways connecting its towns. Most travel between communities is done by boat, plane, snowmobile, or dog sled. In the capital city of Nuuk, you can drive a car around town. But if you want to visit another settlement, you cannot simply take a road trip. The geography and icy terrain make that impossible. In summer, temperatures in southern Greenland can reach around 48 degrees Fahrenheit or even higher. From late May to late July, the sun never fully sets. This midnight sun keeps the sky bright around the clock. In winter, the northern lights dance across the sky from September to April, creating one of the most beautiful natural displays on Earth. Greenland is stunning. It is unique. It is powerful. But it is also fragile. The shifting land, rising seas, melting glaciers, and warming climate are all connected. Greenland's changes are not isolated. They are signals, warning signs that our planet is adjusting to something bigger. The movement of Greenland may seem slow. You won't feel it happening. But year after year, inch by inch, the island continues to rise and reshape itself. And as it does, the rest of the world feels the impact. So what does this mean for us? It means that what happens in the far north does not stay in the far north. An ice loss in Greenland affects global sea levels, global temperatures, and global weather systems. The story of Greenland is not just about one island. It's about the balance of our planet. And right now, that balance is shifting. If you found this video helpful and eye-opening, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into the mysteries and changes shaping our world. See you in the next one.